Episode 63. My progress feels like it's been waning. We used to make a lot of progress and now things just aren't randomly happening. We know what we have to do. We just can't do it. Maybe I just have to pick up the pace. No more standing around talking to myself. Just open doors and go for what we know we need. Here we go. Although, which way are we going? I guess this way. We were saving that door for the secret garden, in case we can get that. Classroom. We're doing classrooms today. Although the study isn't a bad thing to get here, we made it common though, so it's gonna come up again, I'm sure. And we do want to go to the left side of the house. We're kind of, having trouble getting there. This is the first we made it before. No new hints here. New item though. Okay, greater chance at finding items. Maybe we'll get the vault key. And if we get the vault key, we probably won't get the vault. Here we go. Time to roll for classrooms. We have so many redraws. And there's a classroom. Unfortunately, we can't rotate this. This could be a problem for us. But we gotta go for it, right? We've got the keys. I think we can make it. Alright, here's something new. Seems like everyone's gathered around for some kind of presentation. What are we learning today? History worksheet. Worksheet, multiple choice. Who was the first crowned ruler of Fenares? I actually know this. Oh wait, the crowned ruler of Fenares? Oh, hang on. Is this like... Are we actually answering truthfully, or is this going to be... This is probably going to be all propaganded to hell, right? Like we gotta answer in the way that the propaganda would prefer we answer. Because Prince Lucian was the self-proclaimed crowned ruler of Fenares or something. But it must have been him, I guess, because Desolace IV was on the Arindian side. I guess we can assume that, yeah, this would be a propaganda history quiz. So yeah, the answer to number 1 is Prince Lucian. Which city in Fenares is named after a historical figure? Interesting, by the way, that we're getting this right after I got the history book. Nice way it worked out. Like the real history book, the uncensored one. Okay, which city in Fenares is named after a historical figure? That would be Fen, I guess, right? Must be. Because he's... No, wait, Fen was the country. Is there a city called Oris in Fenares? I think so. Is Reddington... I'm pretty sure that's just the name of, like, the place because they like red, right? How many sons did the fourth king of Arindia have? The fourth king? I'm pretty sure that was the one that split it into 3, right? So that'd be 2 plus the 1 daughter. How long did the War of the Fifth Era last? 22 years. That's not even censored. Why are some of these, like, normal words, and then this one's... Well, I guess 22 doesn't fit too well on the page if you type it all out. Which realm did not ally with Fenares during the war? It would have been Nuance and Archery, so it wasn't a Raja. What flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after the war? The black flag. But which one was number 2? Is it really as simple as Fen? Was there someone named Fen? I don't remember. I guess we can walk back to the library and figure it out, but we're not spending our steps on that today. Because I don't think it was Oris. That would be like not very propaganda of them. And I don't think it was Reddington either. 3 out of 6, 50%, right. The way this room works is that they teach you by... We're not supposed to solve this on our own. We teach by looking at other people's answers, I guess. Chris says... Prince Lucin, Oris, 2, 12, Arch Aries, Black Flag. Wrong about 5. Wrong about 4. So wrong about 1 more. I think 1, 3, and 6 are wrong, so it wasn't Oris then. For number 2. No, W had 4 out of 6. 1 is wrong. Is C wrong as well, or number 2? 3, 4, 5, and... No wait, 5 is wrong. So is Reddington correct? I guess Reddington is named after someone. I might have forgotten. Let's check the other ones. Another 4 out of 6. They're wrong about 1. If 2 is correct, they're wrong about that. Or rather, if 2 is Reddington, they're wrong about that. But they're wrong about 4, so... Damn it. I'm missing something. I think Oris might be correct. Another 4 out of 6. I really should know all this. Well, we're confident about 6, 5, 4, and 3, so those are the ones that we know for sure. 3 here is wrong. So only one between 1 and 2 is incorrect. Is it General Teskin? Or is it Reddington? I'm pretty sure Prince Lucin is the crowned ruler, unless this isn't propaganda. We're gonna have to like compare 1 and 2 with all of the other ones, I guess. So for Cole Forja, whatever, either General Teskin is wrong or Reddington is wrong. For Richard R, 4 is definitely wrong, so again between 1 and 2 one of these is wrong. No wait, what? This is like a mutually exclusive thing. How is 4 out of 6 right here? BCD, CBC. Yeah, 1 and 2 are different between these two sheets. And so is 3. But that's correct. Oh, you know? Right, obviously. One of them got between 1 and 2 right, and the other one wrong, and on this page, they got the opposite wrong between 1 and 2. The opposite wrong and right. So it's either going to be General Teskin and Oris is correct, I think, or Desolace of 4 and Reddington is correct in that order, I think. Or is that right? Because it can't be General Teskin and Reddington. It has to be General Teskin and Oris. Or it has to be Desolace of 4 and Reddington. Because you have to take one from each page here. Right? I think so. So it isn't actually Prince Lucin, so it's not propaganda. Okay. Then, with that in mind, let's try to answer this ourselves. Desolace of 4 was on the opposite side. So I think General Teskin must have been the crowned ruler. He did fight on the side of Fen Ares, but I didn't think he was crowned ruler. I thought this was like a red herring. So I think that's correct, which would make Oris the actual correct city in Fen Ares, named after a historical figure, named after, of course, the guy that founded Orindia or whatever. Maybe they kept the name. And just to check my work, General Teskin correct, Reddington wrong, 2 correct, 22 correct, Archery's wrong, black flag. That matches 4 out of 6. And this one, only 3 out of 6. Lucin wrong, Oris correct, 2 correct, 12 wrong, Archery's wrong, black flag correct. 3 out of 6 correct. So yeah, pretty sure it's Teskin was the crowned ruler and Oris is the city, named after a historical figure. I should have known all that, but I had to cheat a little bit, looking at other people's tests, just to actually know. But we figured it out. Does this actually do anything? Oh. This is feeling a little bit, I don't know, ominous in a way. Like we're looking at history when we shouldn't be. Not just that we shouldn't be, but like how heated history is for the people in this world. That even broaching the subject is, well, it could get you in trouble. I wonder if there are any puzzles hidden in here. Might just be lore, which is part of the puzzle. Yeah, a lot of people died. Seems like people are celebrating the end of the war, waving the red banner. And yet, a lot of people aren't happy. I guess because people died. Would that be General Teskin being crowned on the red throne? It might be. Holding a scepter and having a very long cape. Is he wearing a helmet too, with the crown, or is that his face? I guess that's his face. And there's a pentagon of Fen Ares. It's all the red. They're demolishing the railroad? Doesn't look like they're building it. Are they disconnecting connections to the other land? I'm pretty sure the railroad was created before the war, so yeah, they're demolishing it. For whatever reason. And there's all the red. Must be in the new capital. Would this be the museum? Probably not. Isn't that the Angel Orinda? I'm pretty sure it is. I just feel like any reference to Oris or India or whatever, I feel like they would have torn all of that down. And there's a blimp from Nuance, I think. Maybe? Anything else here? I don't think so. Oh, it just repeats. Yep, that's it. History is penned by the victors. Very touchy subject for rank 6. We've got 3 more classrooms to go, knowing that there's 8 ranks and then a special final quiz. We might not be ready to do the final quiz. If we only get 1 chance at the quiz, I might even consider just, looking it up. I know how dishonest that is, but what are the chances we get another run at 8 classrooms? With this many redraws or whatever. study's not bad, but that's pretty much a dead end. And it's common, like I said, we'll get it again. We have the hall pass. Drafting hallway to hallway isn't bad. But we still have some redraws, so... the vault. Unfortunately, I am passing up the vault today. Do I bite the bullet and take the dining room and bite the dinner? I don't. We'll do one more redraw. The lab. Not a bad direction, and we get an experiment. Good thing we have a key card. Do we want to unlock all the doors today? Well, let's look at the experiment first. I was considering remoting into security to make them more common. Dice, huh? I think we want to increase our lockpicking skill. Upgraded floor plans. Crafting red rooms. We're not really doing that today. Not really doing bedrooms today either. I think this will trigger the most. The dice might help with getting the classroom if we get like a lot of dice. We could make today really short by just like losing a lot of steps, right? Do we want to do that? I don't think we want to do that. Just make it the lockpicking. We'll work on this in the background and we can just like try to draw normally for the classroom. Hopefully this triggers as often as I think it will. So with that in mind, I don't think we're going to try to unlock all the doors through Blackbridge, through the shelter. I guess we can keep it tabled. I did want to access security to make these doors more common, but we do have 4 keys, and with it currently set to medium. Being set to medium isn't bad, it's just like one level below the highest level. Alright, there's a classroom. You're really baiting me. If you say there's an item in there, could it be the vault key itself? It probably doesn't spawn there, right? I'm just doing the classroom today. And here's another new grade. Looks like it's math. We can do math. Oh, advanced algebra. Well, we already learned this by trial and error. Trial and error. Remember, don't square till you're there. No idea on this one? Wait, there's more than just squares? Okay, I guess we have to learn about diamonds and waves or something. Well, Sandra got a D+. Let's try to grade her squares. Correct on 9. 9 minus 5 is correct. 7 minus 5 is 2. That's incorrect. Maybe we start with someone who's more correct. Let's try to find like who's the most correct. Because we're pretty sure we know how this works. At least some of it. Oh no, there might only be 3 tests. Well, that one had 9 out of 12. This might be a hint. What are these supposed to be? Like these A and B and all that? Is this part of some kind of puzzle? 36 minus 6, 30 is 30 squared? What does 30 squared even get us? And a squared b minus 3 squared? I don't know. Not sure what the point is here. Well, whatever. Let's start looking at this test. 9's correct. Was 4 correct? 9 minus 5 is 4, yeah. Yep, they're correct on The next one, that's a 4. Then 3, that's a... Is that pink for multiplication? I think it is. So 3 times 2 is 6, yep, that's 36. They're wrong about 3, so I'm gonna have to be careful. That's 2 squared minus 1 squared, I guess. Or wait, it would be 4 minus 1, which becomes 3, and then you square it. They do math a little bit differently, not exactly PEMDAS. So this should actually be 9, I think. 4 squared, no wait, that's times 1, not minus. So yeah, they're correct about 16. It's 4 squared. So then 5 times 2 is 10. Squared is 100. Plus 5, I guess? We don't usually do that in that order on the billiards board. We do all the pluses first, but I guess we read left to right here. So yeah, 5 times 2 is 10, 100, and then 105 minus 95 is 10, and then you square it, which should be 100. So they were almost there, Zachcraft. Should be 10 squared. So that one is 1 wrong. This next one, well, knowing that they're wrong about 2 remaining on the right side, 2 out of 6, we can maybe assume that it would be the harder ones they're wrong about. Presumably. So let's say this thing about the diamond on 16 is correct. Then this would be a root function, which makes sense. It's like, just rotate the square and it becomes something else. Wait, how do we root 12? Can we even do that? I mean, you can root 12, but it would be like a non-integer value, which I'm pretty sure we're not working with. I think. I say that and then there are those decimal values shortly below. We'll get to those. So maybe it's not a root, it would be... what? What is it? This next one, root 12 presumably, diamond 12 we can call it, and then minus 2. So if we add 2 to the 2 on the right, that becomes 4. How does 4 relate to this diamond 12? Because 4 is also the answer to diamond 16. I think they might be wrong about one of these. Maybe they're just like good at the squaring on the left and bad at the diamonds on the right. But they had to get at least one of them right. What about this with the 22? Are we rounding? Is that just rounding? That might be it. 21.7 rounds to 22. 21.7... what was 2 of these? And then the one below has 3? What does that mean? We can look at other tests, but I want to get a baseline understanding for what Zachcraft is going for here. The 2 lines, the 2 wavy lines for 21.7, instead of going to 22, rounding up, maybe that means like a floor function? Does that make sense? But then there are 3 lines on the next one. How is that different from rounding up or rounding down? Could be like a ceiling function? If we assume that, it would be 60. But then the next one, if you minus 60 and then round it, it doesn't make sense. Again, could just be that Zach is wrong. Who corroborates on this side? 8 out of 12 here, so let's compare the left side. 944, 36, 16, 100. 944, so they're wrong there. 36, 16, 100. So they're only wrong about 16 on the left side there. Which means they're incorrect about 3 more on the right side. On the right side, this is going to be the entire episode, by the way, if I get more classrooms. On the right side, there are 3 wrong here. And on the right side, there are 2 wrong here. 42, 52, 22, 20, 40. We should expect to see an overlap of at least 1, I guess. 42, 52, 22, 20, 40. 42, 52, 22, 20, 40. So yeah, the only one they agree on is 40 at the bottom, which is like the most complicated one. Not very helpful for like confirming the basic rules. Yeah, they have opposites on the wiggly line, 21.7. So it's hard to say which one's correct about this. But one of them is wrong, or I guess both of them are... Well, one of them is wrong about both of these answers, so Branson could be wrong about both of these 20 and 22. Or maybe it could be like... I don't know. But yeah, one of them could be... Just for example, Branson has 3 wrong on the right side. If they're wrong about this 20 and 22, then that means on the opposite side, Zach is right about both of those. And I think Branson is more likely to be wrong about both of these on the right side. I think he's definitely right about the 40, since they agree on that answer. But then he would be wrong about one more on the diamond function, which might be this negative 400. That seems a bit complicated. But that doesn't mean he's necessarily wrong about these two. It's just a possibility. I guess. But if that were true, and Zach were right about these 2 functions here, then 2 of their answers here would have to be wrong, I guess. Let's look at this one. Nine's correct, and let's just look at this again. 9, 4, 4, 36, 16, 100. 9, 4, 4, 36, 16, 100. So they were actually, 36, 16, 9, 4, 4, 36, 16, 100. They're definitely wrong about these 4, but that just means they're only missing 1 on the right side. Incredible. That's actually pretty good, Sandra. And they're wrong about this one, because the other 2 got that right. I think. We'll put a pin in that. We'll just assume that's the case. So 61, 19, 52, 22, 20 seems to be correct. Let's look at this one. There should only be 2 wrong on this side. Again, it was 61, 19, 52, 22, 20. Let's just remember the first 3. 61, 19, 52. 61, 19, 52. 52 might be correct. Probably correct. 22, 20. They agree. So I think they're just wrong about these 2. This adds up. They're wrong about these 2, and they're wrong about this one, and those are the 3 they're wrong about. So the answer to the right side, which is the part that I'm confused about, or was confused about, I think we got it now. The top right 3 diamond functions are 69, or 61, 19, 52. Yeah. So then we just have to figure out how that works. How does diamond 61 work? Or diamond 16 work into 61? That doesn't seem like it makes sense, but okay. You just reverse them. There it is. No complicated squaring or roots or whatever. Just a weird swap them. So yeah. 21 minus 2 is 19. And you take 30 minus 5, and that becomes 25, and reverse it becomes 52. There it is. That's how that rule works. Turns out Sandra was the key after all. But how does this work? She's right about everything except that last one. I don't think we're any closer to solving this one, even though we know which answers are correct. The 1 lines means 21.7 becomes 22. The 2 lines becomes 20 with the same number. But then what do the 3 lines mean? Well, knowing how the 1 lines work, 59.6, well, whatever result you get after you do the operation on the first part of that equation, you take that and it becomes 40. So that's rounding up, I guess, I think. So it's probably something between 39 and 40 non-inclusive, the result that you get from the previous operation, which would be subtracting 59.6 from that first part, I think. What do these 3 lines mean? And I'm pretty sure 40 is correct. Because it would make sense here if we just assumed 59.6 rounded up to 60, and then you subtracted 59.6, and that became 0.4, and then you rounded up to 1, if this was a ceiling function rather than a rounding function, this one wavy line. But I'm pretty sure that is wrong, because the other two agree on this. 40. Well, knowing what we know about this, these lines have to do with rounding, it seems, right? Ceiling or something or whatever. You take 1 and it goes in one direction. You take 2 and it goes in the other direction. But how does a third line on this circle change things? There's no other direction to go unless you just flip back to the other direction. Is this not rounding? Does this do something else? How do you end up with 40 here? Let's say you, just for example, are at 39.5 or something, right before the last step of rounding up to 40, which is what this one squiggly line should be. If you're at 39.5, then the previous operation would be subtracting this 59.6. Let's make it 39.4 just so it works out easier or something. Then it would become 100, right? Because 39.4 plus 59.6 becomes 100. How do you get 100 from this one operation, or approximately 100? Does that even make sense in any way? Maybe you do it 3 times? You round up? To 60 and then round up to 100? That doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm actually stumped here. So, just like my previous rules about the safe, we're gonna look this last one up. Which classroom is this? Classroom 7. Where are we going with this? Blueprints. Classroom 7. I guess the wiki page for the classroom in general will have all of the rooms. I'll just park my phone on this page. Okay, show algebra. Oh, they don't have... Okay, they have hints in a separate section, I guess. Or do they? They don't seem to have hints on... Yeah, no hints on this page. How very annoying. Ugh, let's find a different page. There's like a different Blueprints wiki, I think. And this one also has grade 7. There it is. Okay, yeah. This other wiki seems to have the solutions here. And it calls it wave 21.7, which is a round of 21.7, yeah. 22. And wave 2 is apparently round to tenths. Oh, to the tenths place. Okay. I see. That's what it is. So with the first one, you're rounding with the first decimal point. And then the 2 lines, you count 2 from the right at the 1. And then you round that down to 20. Got it. Right. This whole time I was telling myself it's a floor function, but a floor function would just make it 21, not 20. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so that's how that works. I was beginning to think in terms of significant features. Significant figures, that's the term. But that wasn't... Well, it was kind of along the right terms in a way, but not along the ways that I would ever expect. So yeah, the 3 lines here means we round 59.6 up to 100, and I guess I was right about that. So like 3 from the right, not the 6, not the 9, but the 5. You round the 5 up to 100. Then you minus 59.6, which gives you 39 or 40.4? No, 39.4. Is that right? Yeah, that adds to 100. That was the previous calculation I had. So 39.4 doesn't round to 40 though. It rounds to 39. Wait, what? 100 minus 59.6 is 39.4. Does it not actually round? Is it go up? No. No, they round the 1 down to 20. I'm doing this wrong still. Let's look at the solution again. Wave 3, 59.6, wave 9, or wave 59.6. So round to 100, 59.6. Oh, it seems to be... No, wait. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're getting 40. I'm just doing the math wrong, I'm sure. Just like how I was rounding 21.7 wrong, or flooring it wrong. Let's just actually use a calculator because I'm so stupid. This is so embarrassing. It's 40.4. How was I getting this wrong? 39.4 plus 0.6 is 40, and then plus 59 is 99. Okay. That's where I got really wrong. So yeah, it was 40.4. I'm just sitting here doing this in my head. That's where I went wrong, but I should be able to do this in my head. And here I am recording myself doing this embarrassing thing, getting it wrong. Simple math. Okay, going for another classroom. And there it is. Didn't even have to draw it. Redraw it. We are kind of in trouble though, because classrooms might be all we do today if we don't access the remaining side of the house. But that's fine. If all we do today is classrooms, then we can figure this out. Oh no. We gotta learn a new language? Well, I mean, I was wondering about this. We have the letter from Grandma in the tomb, which is entirely written in Eurasian. And I previously wondered if we might get some kind of hint in her diary or whatever. But it seems like we're learning it all here. It just seems like this is going to be the hardest one to learn. Eurasian affix pairings in front. No, wait. Prefixes in front and suffixes in back, so affix encompasses both. I didn't know that was a thing. Affix. That's a new word for me. So aj means first, and jaw means last. Okay, it seems like they have like some kind of symmetry thing going on, so that actually... I guess that works into the puzzle thing. They teach you some things here, and then you work out the rest on your own by reversing them, I guess. Probably. Small means small. I think that was, yeah, the major thing from a new clue. Again, we're kind of doing this out of order. Am means large. Of means toward, vo means away. Nev means new, the start of. Ben means old, the end of. I guess I should take a picture. Obviously. L means I, me. Lay means a lack of myself. When paired with a verb, can mean I will or I won't, similar to ul, lu. Well, that's not on the board. I don't know what ul, lu is. But I guess it means I will or I won't. Erosion vocabulary. Let's take a picture first. Early erosion did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised of almost entirely, of loanwords, and are mainly used to describe physical actions. Interesting. I see, loanwords. Or are these loanwords, or are these not verbs? Well, lore means word. I guess this is erosion. It just seems like some of this matches up in loanword sense, like Dao becomes day and Dune, like moon is water. But this is erosion, I guess. So lore is word. Hue is house. Trey is tree. Yate is gate. Dune is water. I can see how we can, like, learn this language. It's probably not a complete, full language, but just enough for you to be able to memorize, just as a little game thing. You don't have to commit your entire life to learning this language to solve this game on your own. Array means future. What's a mnemonic for array? Array. Like a ray of light pointing towards the future, or something. And lore, yeah, lore books, words. Hue is house. I think we can remember that. Trey sounds like tree, Yate sounds like gate, loon, moon, water, basically. Down means day. Nigh means night. So don't confuse loon, moon with night. Nigh is night. So what's the actual quiz here, I guess? Trissa J, 4 out of 6. Translate the following phrases. Hello, can you teach me a new word? Well, let's look at their scores first. 4 out of 6. 5 out of 6. I guess 5 is acceptable, but that means it was correct. Unfortunately, we don't know which one was wrong just by looking at that. Another 4 out of 6. Trey ven ven. Ven trey ven. Trey branch ven. What's this note? You should remember the erosion terms for these. So they're using non-erosion terms for like the proper nouns, I think. Like branch and trunk might not be correct. Yeah, they're using branch instead of tray. Looking at these two, I want to assume 5 is completely correct here. And acceptable here. That's why they're slightly different. Which one might be completely correct? It's hard to say. Let's just look at number 1 for now. Aljor ultich nevlor. Ajlor nevlor. Ajlor ultich nevlor. Well, those two seem to agree, so maybe this one's only incorrect on number 1? Or Are there multiple correct answers? I guess in grammar there could be. Just like this acceptable thing, but if this shorter version was also acceptable, if shorter version compared to the other answers, then they would note it as acceptable, right? That it was like a special exception. Ovet. Ovet. So 1 and 2 agree between these two, and they both have 4 to 6. Elswim Ajdao, Elswim Nevdao, they disagree here. One of them is wrong about 3. Vidal Nai, they read Nai. They disagree about 4 here, I think. And I'm pretty sure this isn't one of those edge cases where it's acceptable or whatever. So 3 and 4 are mutually exclusive. And they're wrong about 1 more each on 5 and 6. Tre Ven Ven, Tre Branch Ven. I'm going to assume Tre Branch Ven might be wrong. Manev Tre. No, this is actually... Elswim Nevdao Riedel Nai. Elswim Ajdao Le Reed Nai. They disagree about these, so... I'm sure one of them has to be wrong, right? I should actually be like trying to learn the language here. And then comparing my own understanding. But I need a baseline to work with. I guess our baseline is that 1 and 2 are probably correct between these two, right? Ajlor Ultich Nevlor Huam Ovet. Pretty sure 2 is correct here, and this one that is mostly correct. Huam Ovet is also there, so I think... we can assume that's correct. Number 3, Elswim Nevdao. That's probably correct. Maybe Elswim Ajdao is incorrect. Riedel Nai. And we have to keep in mind one of these is wrong. Riedel Nai. And this one disagrees with that. They read Nai, I think. Is lay's a suffix. I don't think it counts as a prefix. So yeah, 4 is correct between these two. So that means number 4 is wrong for this one. That's 1 wrong. Ma means small in the prefix category. But they do both have ma here. Tre ma trunk. What's nev? We don't know. 6 might be a bit beyond me for now. Let's go back and try to reason out number 2. If we can find the 1 wrong here, that'd be great. Number 2 is Huam Ovet. The large house is towards the east. We know of means toward, so et must mean east. That's close enough, it makes sense. And Huam we know Q is a house and am is large. Huam Ovet. Large house, east, toward east. And everyone agrees on 2, so that's the easiest one, I guess. But they're slightly different on number 1, Old Teach Nevlor. Ajlor Nevlor. Aj means first. I guess that means new? No, nev means new, right. New word. Oh, Ajlor, first word. I see. First word means hello. Interesting. That's kind of fun. Ajlor Nevlor. Hello, new word. Maybe that's the one wrong. Because you're not saying anything about teaching? But they say about this that they didn't use verbs. So maybe it's correct to just not say a word and you, just like with some languages, by the context assume nevlor, new word means you want to learn a new word. But assuming this is true, ul teach. What's ul? You. Ulindu. Or wait. I will or I won't. Assuming ul is will, I will teach new word. But I think you must be you, right? Like ul, you. So yeah. You teach new word. Hello, you teach new word. Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure this guy's missing ujlor, so the rest is correct. But this one's just acceptable. So the one that was stumping me, Manev Tre, that means small, new tree. Manev Tre? Wait. Small, new tree. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Or maybe not. No, wait, this says Manev Tre too. Small, new tree. Maybe new tree means combined together as that's the trunk. Because a new tree comes from the trunk? Oh, it also means the start of, right? The trunk. Got it. Alright, working backwards. Tre ven ven. Twice in a row, so tree old. And assuming just one, like the first one's here, then tre ven is also acceptable. They just like did it in a different order. They had two vens, so yeah, tre ven must be branch. And ven, yeah, because tree end is the branch, that makes sense. Whereas tre nev, or nev tre, is the trunk, yeah. So tre ven's a branch. And then you're using an extra ven to indicate the other part of the sentence. That they're old. This should be a suffix, the ven, but that's why this one's acceptable. Why is it not just outright wrong, though? It must just be like a language thing, right? Maybe sometimes in like a special case, ven can be in front of a sentence or something. That's probably not it, though. The rules for this game's puzzles are probably way more concrete than that, I guess. But I'm pretty sure tre ven ven's correct. The branch is old. Makes sense. Le read nigh. A lack of myself. I'm pretty sure that's wrong, isn't it? Because that's supposed to be a suffix. Yeah, these two are like mutually exclusive, so this one's read al nigh, that one's probably correct. Read le nigh. A lack of myself, but it means when paired with a verb, I won't. So I won't read at night. Read al nigh. Makes sense. This one's wrong because it's le read nigh. And it's right about el swim ajdao, which means I swim in the morning. At dawn, yeah. First day, ajdao, makes sense. And this one's wrong because el swim nevdao, you call it a new day, and that seems like it would be correct. But it's actually ajdao, as agreed by... Nope, never mind. Nevdao's correct. Wait, I thought... Because this one's wrong about levidnai. So it's also wrong about number 3? Oh, I see. Right, because 5 and 6 were correct. I had it misunderstood. I thought one of 3 and 4 was incorrect and one of 5 and 6 was incorrect. due to the way that these disagreed with each other. But no. This one's wrong about 3 and 4. Those are the two wrong. So yeah, the correct is actually Elswim Nevdao. New day makes more sense than first day. Yeah. Yuamovit we know, and Alashlor Ultich Nevlor we know. Okay. We have learned erosion. Kind of. We've learned the erosion in this room. I did it. Are we ready? For a final quiz? We've got a lot of rerolls. If we don't get it re-rolling 13 times and then 2 times with the dice, I don't know. It'd be very weird. You're making me sweat. I'm starting to worry. Don't piss me off. I'm asking. Begging. I came all this way. You know what I want. I don't want the doves. Speen. I want the classroom. Oh, but I do want the rumpus room. It's been so long. But, no, we're here for school. You're kidding me. Well, the thing is, I don't think I'm any more likely to get the classroom by drafting from this classroom. We might just have to rely on luck. So the best thing we can do is unlock the left side of the house and get all of those doors. Meanwhile, I might have to walk back to the passageway and the foundation and start down some doors there. If we run out of, like, some keys or whatever. We gotta use our dice wisely, and our keys wisely. Was there anything else in this room, by the way? Ajlor. A new word, Nevdao, is dawn, yeah. And Ulgo is you go, I guess? You go. Ul's a prefix, right? Yeah, you. Oh, right. I guess we want the redraws, don't we? This would give us keys, though. We're heading towards the left side, and we do have a lot of steps. I think we need the keys. It only works on the very left side, but we're kind of going along the far left side. A lot of those rooms. We would lose 5 steps and gain 1 key. We'll do it. Let's just get to the far left side first. Ah, the laundry room. We can't dead-end ourselves right now, though, because we need to get to the other side, like I said. That'll work. We want the laundry room so we can launder our... No, wait. I guess we would want keys, but... Yeah, keys are the main thing, I guess. Yeah. But if we do get the office, we do want the gems. So we'd prefer to not launder our coins into keys. We'll try to get some keys through here. We won't pass up the laundry room if we see it. Well, we'd lose out on some rooms. Should we use some dice now? We want to save those dice. I think we make the gym. I'm going longer this episode. just because I feel like I'm on a roll here. Yeah, give us the keys, I guess. Prism key. Can't use that to get a special classroom, though. That's just a blue room. Yeah, we're getting keys, I guess. Just make it the... Do we have a shovel? We don't. Could be an item in here. Could be a treasure chest. Probably better than the chapel. We can get more gems if we make the parlor later. Just make it this for now, I guess. Oh, right. How are we doing that? Right, the upgraded rooms, I forgot. We had an experiment going on. No box. Wasted step. Alright, hopefully the last time we come into this room. We don't want to use the prism key on this. Let's go south of this room. Did I miss this? I did. More keys, great. Oh, damn it. It costs 5 gems. You know, I wasn't paying attention. Damn, well I gotta keep that in mind. I didn't look at this in my directory and think, oh, there's 5 gems. I wasn't seeing that. This is fine though. Oh, does this not rotate? Interesting. Gonna go for the boudoir here. We've got the key card, so we don't have to worry. We don't want to use the prism key on this. What kind of thing do we want to use the prism key on? I guess we have the hall pass. That would help us unlock doors. Do we want to shop? The locksmiths? We want... I guess we want the laundry room, yeah. But that would dead-end us. Steps could be a problem if we have to go all the way to the right side. Gems also now a problem. We've only triggered one experiment. I don't think we're unlocking all the house's doors through the experiment this time. Do we instead want to increase doors to... No, that'd be pointless. Go ahead and spread some coins, I guess. Why not? And just to check, any news on the bulletin board? Not the mail, bulletin board. Staff announcements, that's what it's called. Okay, new one. I can confirm that this morning, as I was driving up to the estate to reset the house... Oh, she does that every day, huh? I did see that the satellite was up. So it appears that the young master does in fact have complete mastery of the house, and Babbage. I wouldn't say complete mastery. There's no way to exit this just like by pressing buttons? You have to like navigate? That one experiment that lets you draft for 40 seconds and trigger the experiment. You have to like navigate out of that. You can't just like quit out of it with one press of a button. It takes up a lot of time, it feels like. Oh, god damn it. Well, fine. I can't believe this. It's not like I needed the coins, but just the principle. I want to see the second boudoir for once. I've been wondering about this. Well, there's like a lot of items for some reason. Is it always like this? Like a lot of items. Maybe I should be going for the second boudoir more often. And it does just seem to be a duplicate of the other boudoir. Strangely enough, a duplicate red letter? Is that allowed? Well, whatever. Let's try to use less keys if we can. Probably should have drafted rooms rather than... Okay, yeah. I should draft rooms before I leave them so I don't go backwards. Okay, well, I guess we're doing the rumpus room. Or do I want the gems for today? Nah, rumpus room. Steps could be a problem. I think we're starting to want the kitchen now. Have a coin. It's been a while.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Faintly in the mist, I see a figure. A statue cradled in a courtyard of sentinel stone. You will find yourself one day wandering these paths.
Excuse me? Outside the house?
The footsteps of the past. Wandering and waiting. Searching for a shadow that will never be cast. Longing for the day to end. The hours to pass.
What is he talking about?
What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
What are we waiting for?
Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
I'm gonna have to watch that one again. It's a good thing I recorded this. Well, on with the day. Looks like a train station of some kind. Okay, well we're not passing up the drafting room, even on like a special day. Although, maybe we should be gunning for... I don't want to pass this up. We'll probably get it again, right? But... Wait, did we have everything? Oh, that's right. I forgot. We never got the last classroom. That's why it didn't spawn. I wasted all of my redraws, but... This might save today. The last classroom. That was our goal this one day. We can still make this. We have a few more rooms. We have some dice. Would the showroom help us? Oh, we can't afford it. West Wing Hall. And that'll be the last time we gain a key and lose steps. Hopefully this is enough steps. For the rest of the day, let's try to draft north to the boudoir. We're not going to waste any dice on this, though. Well, I guess the dowsing rod says here. The shovel. And that. It feels like we're getting more items out of this room than the times I would expect I would get items from other green rooms. When we stacked this effect of 2 verandas, like on other days. But I guess I was already stacked with like items on those days, so maybe they didn't spawn because of that. Whatever. So now we gotta go south of the boudoir. If we have to use a key to get that extra room to the south, or if we have to use a dice to do that, we might. But rather instead, we might have to use dice to go north of here. That might be more important. I guess we'll see. Was that a prompt? No. Trick of the light. Yeah, we might run out of rooms before we run out of steps, it seems. Do we want to get some steps back by making a bedroom? Which bedrooms are there? Well, we don't want to make bedrooms because if we use a prism key, that all but guarantees that we're not going to get the classroom. Wait a second. Did the drafting studio add it for tomorrow? It might have only added the classroom for tomorrow. My extra long episode today might be useless. Nope, there it is. There's the classroom. I forgot we required gems for it. It's a good thing I still have 1 gem. We made it. The final exam. 8 years certainly flew by. It does feel like I've been here for that long. Alright, do we only get 1 try at this? I guess I can try without looking things up. I looked up all of the 8 other things. Well, not looked up, I looked up the last 2 of them, I guess. Maybe the last 3, however many. But in the end, I still learned what all of those classrooms had to teach. So I should be able to pass this, right? They're not putting anything on the exam that I didn't already learn. I just hope it's not timed. I'm really bad with timed exams. God damn it. It's timed. Stop ticking. I hate times. Okay, final exam. Instructions, your exam has begun. You will now have 30 minutes to complete the next 18 pages of questions related to the curriculum, covered over the previous 8 grades. Don't know the answer, skip it, come back later. Open book exam, you may use your notes. You may retrieve information from the other rooms. Oh, help you as long as you complete the test within 30 minutes. After you've completed your exam, it will be graded remotely, results sent to you the following day. Open book, huh? So I can look this up. Gotcha. Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west. I'm just gonna turn down the volume on my TV. The ticking's getting to me. I'm really bad with times. Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west and passed 8 flags. He then turned north at Tanner Fork Then drove 2 hours. What color were the flags? Okay, so that's the question. I read that first. The time just makes me nervous and I go back and forth like this. So Sam left his house at 6 a.m., drove 5 hours west and passed 8 flags. They're probably red, right? Then turned north at Tanner Fork, drove 2 hours north, and passed 4 flags of the same color, before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. Actually, I guess this depends on what country this is. I'm just going to assume it's red, right? In the scenario above, where does Sam live? The grand city of Fen. Probably, right? Maybe? Actually, we don't know geography well enough to answer this. This isn't just all the stuff from the classrooms previously. This is everything in the game, I think. But I think we've seen Tanner Fork like on a new clue, like in that one picture. Can we assume that if it was drawn by an Eurasian, or not an Eurasian, by a resident of Fen Ares, that it would be in Fen Ares? And about this, oh, we can't actually change our answers. Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna look up the solution for this first couple of questions on this one page that we have. I guess we'll go back to the original wiki. Since I can't change my answer, this is going to say if I'm screwed or not for doing this today. Where are the answers on this wiki? There's a solution. Okay, so it was red and it was Horus. So yeah, I'm already failing. That's great. Oh well. I guess we're just doing this today for my own answers, I guess. And then the next time we get to this classroom, we'll just use the guide, I guess. What color is most often associated with hallways? Orange. But why is it Horus? How would you know it's Horus? Because of like Tanner Fork and the geography in Trinsdale? Must be. Which of the following would be the least patriotic room pairing? A shop in Archares, a chapel in Fen Ares, a greenhouse in Korerica, a bedroom in Araja. The least patriotic? Well, that's red and red. This is purple and purple. Is Korerica... that's... no. These are both like not matching. No wait, shop is Archares, so yeah, greenhouse and Korerica. Right, I forgot. Archares was yellow. What color is the fruit that gives you +3 steps when consumed? That's a banana. I think. Banana. Yeah, banana. We've eaten like lots of bananas. The following problem. 5 minus 5 times 2 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12, that's 24. 5 minus 2 is 3. Times 5 is 15. Plus 1 is 6. Wait, hang on. 3 times 5 is 15. 16 minus 5 is 11. That's not a 10, right? That's a 1, 0. I'm pretty sure. Let's just try it with a 10 to eliminate that possibility. 10 minus 4 times 4 is 40. Divided by 5, that is divide, right? Yeah. Would be 8. Minus 4 is 4, so that is like a possibility, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 plus 0. Times 4 is 4. Nope, you can't divide by 5 that way, so it is 4. Really, they don't let you change your answer. There's an eraser on this icon, you know. Solve the following problem. 1, again, minus 4 is negative 3, times 2 is negative 6, plus 7 is 1, right? Minus 3, negative 6, yeah, 1. So that is negative 1, that's a negative 8. Over 2 is negative 4, that's another 1, right? I should have checked before filling that in. Negative 1, negative 8, negative 4, 1. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol C? I'm assuming we're going by real-life rules. Which element appears in the periodic table directly below helium? That'd be a noble gas, so I think that was neon. None of these seem familiar. Which of the periodic, or which of the following is not a real element found on the periodic table? Mount Holly. That's a good question. I don't think LL would be a thing. I'm going to say this. And actually, before we continue, I'm going to check my answers up until now. Oh, it was orange? No, wait. Not the fruit. Orange was the hallway, yeah. We're right about the greenhouse. We're right about yellow. 0, 24, 11. 4, 1, 1. Yeah, we're right about that. Carbon, neon. And yeah, we were right about LL. I feel like 2 letters in a row on the periodic table, I can't think of anything off the top of my head like that. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol argon? And actually, how many pages are there? I guess they said 18 pages, but I didn't really conceptualize how long that would be. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol Ag? That's argon, right? Gotta be argon. Which element could not be used in the spelling of the word clues? Wait, what? Oh, I see. Well, carbon could be used. I don't know what radon is. Chlorine was that Cl? And uranium was just a U. I don't think radon's a thing. Like in... Maybe this is like a trick question, but I'm pretty sure it's radon. How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? That's 2. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? That'd be that lake, right? The Morning Bay? I'm pretty sure it's the Morning Bay. That's the one that we saw... Or was that north of Reddington? So much geography, so much lore. How many cities in Fen areas are larger than Reddington? I mean, Reddington's pretty small, right? I don't know. How would I know? What book is this from? 5. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? It's either the lake or the Morning Bay. I'm pretty sure it's the lake. I'm gonna do it. No, Trinsdale should be Reddington. Morning Bay. Or was Morning Bay Reddington? You know what? They call it a small body of water. I guess a bay might technically be a small body of water, but considering the Sea of Aries is an answer here, and that's not a small body of water, if we extend that to say that a bay is also not a small body of water, I'm gonna say lake. Which of the following realms is not near Fen Aries? Corerica. I guess, like, if you go across the ocean, it's kind of adjacent, but not near. Which sigil core denotes the realm of Archaeries? That one. Which realm is directly north of Araja? That would be Fen Aries, Horus, Orinda Aries, whatever. Where are you right now as you take this exam? I wondered this for a long time, and for a long time I have known this. Funny how that works. We're at Mount Holly, in Reddington, in Fen Ares. Funny how that's so simple to me now, and how it was so complicated before. Which two pieces of art would be best paired with the letter B? What are you talking about? Oh, wait. That little puzzle. Bale and Ale. Yeah, that's the one. Because that's the one missing from Ale. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's right through this door. We have some steps, we could make it there. But hang on. If we count small gates, 8, it's a G here. Bride and Bridge. I don't think I've never really conceptualized jungle, but... Oh, wait a second. No, it's not talking about this puzzle. It's talking about... Yeah, that was the art room. So yeah, this question would be deterministic based on like... It would be if it was based on this puzzle, but it's not. It's based on the actual art that always spawns in that room. But I do remember a bride there. I remember a flan there. I think I remember the crowbar there, because they were based off the usual things we see here. They were based on them. I don't think there was a jungle. Which of the following pieces of art is not displayed in Mount Holly's entrance hall? It's face and ace. Wait. Realize? Trinsdale? Is there a Trinsdale art? I've never noticed if there was like a third painting. Maybe like the one above the very first part of the entrance hall? Like above that one little cabinet? Never really thought about it, but Realize is that one puzzle in the gallery. Can you find the difference? That would be Arch Ares, Fen Ares, and Araja. That angel is Orinda. I don't know what you're talking about here. Angel... It's probably like a one-letter difference, right? Probably not using Orinda, I think. Country and angel and land and king, angel. I come back to it. Who was the first crowned ruler of Fen Ares? General Teskin. In which era were the railways of Fen Ares destroyed? Gotta be like the most recent era, right? Agera is not an era. Funny answer that. How long did the War of the Fifth Era last? 22 years. What was the first capital city of Fen Ares? Oris? Grand City of Fen? Not Reddington. I don't know what drum is. I'm pretty sure it's the Grand City of Fen, if we're talking about Fen Ares. They wouldn't make it Oris, right? Again, number 1 was Oris, apparently. And Sam lived in Oris, apparently, if that was the right answer, so... He left his house at 6 a.m., drove 5 hours west. That's to the left. I know the difference between west and east. and then north at Tanner Fork, 2 hours north. And then he arrived at Trinsdale. So if he was in Oris, well, I don't think that tells us where Fen Ares is, or where Fen is. I'm just gonna say the Grand City of Fen. Or wait. I think... Which one did Desolase III move the capital to? Did he move it to Oris or Reddington? Whatever, I think it's Grand City of Fen. For Fen Ares. Which realm gifted Fen Ares a dirigible to headway their victory parade at the conclusion of the war? That would be Nuance. The deciding battle of the War of the Fifth Era was fought on the southern shores near what famous landmark? There's a famous landmark for this? Royal Museum, Angel Tower. I think it's the Colossus. That would have been in the bottom left, right? We saw that one thing that was on this part of the classroom in the geography section during the A New Understanding of Our World episode, I think. And I'm pretty sure the part that made me feel that was kind of weird about the map was that little Colossus. Or wasn't the Colossus? Did I? Wait, hang on. This is an open book exam. I think I took a picture of that. And I could just look up this answer with this page I have open on my phone, but these are my answers for now, since we already failed acing it. Yeah, I did have a photo of this. Yeah, that's the Colossus in the bottom left there. And they are saying the southern shore, so yeah. Colossus. Okay, we can do maths. A lot of questions on this one page though, kind of annoying. That's a 36. Just double check before we fill it in. Yep, 36. That is a confusing question you're answering there. Creating there. Is that a -3? I guess that would be 0 minus 3 squared, so that's 9. Minus 3 is 6. That's a 12 reversed, 21. And that is a 3, no wait, that's 11. And then you divide by 3. So what is that, a 3.66, I guess. So that'd be, no wait. 3, 6, 9, 6, 12, 18. Yeah, that's 3.66. Just 3.6, I guess. You round up in the first decimal place to 4. No, wait. Is that divide? Yeah, that's divide, so 3.66 rounded up to 4, pretty sure. That's a 4 squared, 16, plus 5 is 21. That's a 42. Minus 1 is 41, reversed is 14. That is 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Times 3 is 7.5. You round up the 7 to the tens place is a 10. Minus a 1 is a 9. Times 6 is 54. And then add 100 to 154. And then you just round to 100. How stupid. Wait, do we round to the hundredths place, or do we just round? I'm actually not sure of that rule, even based on the math. Do we round to the nearest hundredths, or do we... Yeah, I guess we take in the whole number value and then just round to the nearest place. So I'm going to say 200, because 154 rounds to 200. I think. Yeah, you don't drop the other parts, do you? Pretty sure, yeah. What is the Eurasian word for house? Q. What does Nevyite mean in Eurasian? That would be new night? No, new gate. Right. Unless it means something like fancy by translating here. I'm pretty sure it's new gate. I'm gonna look at my photo of the erosion I took. Yite is gate, of course, and Nev is new the start of. So it's either the start of a gate or a new gate. New gate. Just gotta go for the obvious one. The phrase Tre Ven Lei can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not an acceptable interpretation of this phrase? Tre Ven Lei. We know that's tree, and then the suffix ven is branch. Tre ven, yeah, branch. Then lei is a lack of myself. Which I guess if it's like a verb... That old tree is not owned by me. I guess ven can mean old, so it could be old tree, not owned by me, sure. My tree is not very old. Tre ven, tree old, lei, a lack. I guess that makes sense. I cannot see the tree trunk. This isn't it. I'm not an old tree. That also makes sense. Tre ven, not me. So yeah, not the tree trunk. How would you say the following phrase in erosion? You have a very, very long name. Without looking this up, which one was long? It was... Ma was small, and the opposite on the suffix was am. So it has to end in am. Ulrajoram, I guess. Does that make sense? Ul, being you, yeah. Does ra mean something? Let's look at the other picture. Jor, lore. We don't have ra or jor or rajor or whatever. Dauvenja. I guess we're just taking whatever we can find here. Ja means last. Ven means end. Well, this has you and it has big. Nai Dao is... well, that's day end. Night? Not that. Loa Lu Ra Dao. Sounds like a Monster Hunter enemy. That would be word. Loa Lu. Lu? Oh right, that would be won't. Word won't. Ra Dao. I think Ra has something to do with names, but Dao is day, so it has to be this. That's the only one that has like big in it. Am. How would you tell an erosion? Count me out. What? What do you mean count me out? How many more of these do we have? A few more pages. Plus that one page we skipped. Lei. It's lei, right? Because it's... L means me and lei means a lack of myself, so... a lack of myself. Lei. Okay. So or is west, et is east. I guess we're learning while we're taking the test. Sometimes that does happen. In is north and is south. Using the provided erosion terms or cardinal directions above, what would someone, or what would be, the clearest way you could give directions to someone at point A to get them to point B? In et is. But you have to actually like, you'd have to be clear about it. You're asking for the clearest way. Et tree. Yeah, towards the tree, right? Is that what et means? No, wait. Toward was of. Et. Don't remember what et was. Did we ever see et? Ajin. Towards the north, yeah. No, wait, first north. I guess et means then. Then towards the tree of Tre. East jaw. South last. Trevo. Wait, Trevo? Away from the tree. Yeah, south away from the tree. That is pretty clear. I don't think we have to read this last one. Minatam matre atis maor. Why would you go south at the end? Big west. Is that what it's saying? Big west or small west? Small west. Weird. In ancient Arindia, the number 8 was considered... Oh wait, let's do this last, because that seems important. So what is this? I think it's one of those puzzles again, where we have to solve the difference between these two letters, or one letter difference. But I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that. This is like Orinda, right? I have that in my notes, I think, the name of the angel. Where's that page? Yeah, Orinda is the name of the angel. But how does that relate to this stuff? Because we have Fenaries, Archaries, and... Or is this like Oris? Was the entire continent Oris? Angel Country. Maybe we do come back to this last. I wanted to save this one for last, but whatever. In ancient Arindia, the number 8 was considered by Ageran scholars to be mathematically near perfect, though many in the secular sphere held that only this advanced form of 8 was worthy of numerical perfection. Wait, what? What's the question? Only this advanced form of 8 was worthy of numerical perfection. So we have to choose one of these 8s. Huh. Oh, I see. I was just looking around here at these different mathematical functions. 8 squared, and then reverse it. Well, 8 squared is 64. If you reverse that, it's 46. I don't know how. I don't know why it's worthy of numerical perfection. But 46 is the name of the game, right? That's the answer. But what is this then? I didn't expect to actually go to time with this, but that's usually how I spend my time on exams anyway. Back when I took exams. Angel. Orinda. Oris? B-I-M-R. There's an R and an I in Orinda, no M. There's a difference between these two. I think it has something to do with the entire continent on the left, and the name of the angel on the right. It's not just using like basic angel stuff. And we know that's Orinda. If we're going by this previous page's rule of the paintings and all that, there's a one-letter difference between the thing on the left and Orinda on the right. So it can't be B or M unless we somehow add in B or M to get Borinda or Morinda or something. I don't think we do. So we subtract from Orinda an I or an R to get this. So it's either Ornda or Oinda. I guess between the two, Ornda sounds better than Oinda. I'm going with Oinda. There. Well, we failed it. We didn't get like every single correct answer, but I gave it my best shot. We'll use the guide next time. I guess I can check my answers while I'm here. We can still make use of this day, I guess. No need to end it immediately. Guess we're going on for like 2 hours. So back to my page of answers on the wiki. Wish I could look at my pages again. I probably shouldn't have backed out. Well, I can remember the answers I had, I think. Unfortunately, the answers here aren't next to the questions. So yeah, Red and Oris, we knew that was wrong. And I think I can skip like the first 17 because I double-checked that. Oh no, I got Argon wrong. Number 15. It wasn't Argon, it was silver. another one wrong there, so that's 2 so far. I think I answered Radon, yeah. Did we answer 2 for 17? You know what? Maybe I don't want to do all of the guess and check here. I guess we can... A lot of these answers are like numbers that I can't correlate without a question. I would have to go further up on the wiki page to find the questions, which I guess I can do. But that'd be a lot of back and forth. I'm just going to look at the answers that aren't numerical. So the Morning Bay was actually correct. It wasn't the lake. I was wrong about that. They called it a small body of water. I don't consider that small. Corerica was correct. The furthest one from wherever, I guess. Fen Aries was correct. Mount Holly, Reddington, Fen Aries was correct. Hay Bale, Mug of Ale was correct. Jungle was correct. Realize correct. I was... What's I? I don't remember that question. General Teskin was correct. 6 Era was... Right, the railroad, that was correct. 22 years correct. Grand City of Fen, yeah, I guess that would make sense, correct. That's where they moved the capital. Nuance correct, Colossus Orinda correct. Then a bunch of numbers, but I think I can remember these ones. 36, yeah, 6... Actually, I can't remember this. But 200 was correct, so yeah, you do round up with the value. For a second I thought it was rounding, just ignoring the other preceding values, but that one makes sense. So yeah, Hugh, Newgate. My tree is not very old. Wait, did I answer something differently? My tree is not very old? Damn, I guess I got that one wrong, so that's 3. 3 confirmed wrong. Ulrajoram, I did answer that. I did answer lay, the very short lay. Fun question, that. And then 45, Ajin et of tre istra trevo, yeah. That was correct. And 46 was D, the number 46. I didn't even recognize that was question 46. How funny. I think further up I skipped number 21. It was a blank A. What was question 21? I guess I am going back and forth now to see these questions. Oh, right, I was... Okay, I don't know why it was I, but I guess I was the answer to 27 there, the angel. But what was 21? That was just an A. Oh, it was the sigil. Oh, damn it, the page. Every time on mobile, it has to, like, reload. So what was 21? Yeah, it was Arteries, the symbol there. And the other ones, the numbers that I didn't quite catch. Gotta show the solutions again. So past the Morning Bay and Radon and all that. 17 was 2 and 19 was 2. Those are the last 2 questions I have to check. So those questions were 17 and 19. Yeah, 2 elements at the top. And it was only 2 cities in Fen Aries larger than Reddington. So 4 questions confirmed bad. Okay. Well, we'll have all of the right answers for the next time we get all 9 classrooms in one day. But that's fine. I guess it's good that I gave it my own college try. Or pre-college try, I guess. Because I guess that would be the last grade before college. Yeah, I gave it my own college try before I actually put in all the solutions from the answer key. At least that way I'm somewhat honestly playing the game a little bit. But next time we don't have to be honest, we just have to get the trophy and move on. Did I miss this? Did we spread food somehow? I guess I just missed it. So I guess we're stopping by the passageway. And turning out there. Oh, I do have a shovel though. It's like the day after a test or something. Do we need the dining room? Do we need any of this? I guess not. Yeah, the day after a test, or the day during a test, the afternoon after a test, where you don't know your solution's your grade until you finally get it back. I guess the only way that continues is for... Oh no. Yeah, the 4 is the only way that continues. We should have been drafting from the foundation in case we got an L room that we wanted to rotate. Because then we could have rotated like the funeral parlor to be where we wanted to. Because now we have to reuse one of our precious dice. Well, today's pretty much over anyway. We did the big thing already. Yep, we're done. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm stupid! I could have rotated one of these L rooms to go from the foundation while drafting from the dining room. Or wait, does that tool not work like that? When you rotate it, does it always point a door towards you? It might have a rule like that. But yeah, I should have drafted from the foundation. I guess today's over. Come on, give me the master bedroom. Oh right, I forgot. Well, it's a good thing I did this one more time. Because I guess now our lockpicking is a little bit better. Shall we end the day in the dorm? I don't know if there's any observable effect in that bedroom. We can try though. Oh great. Well, there's some dice. There might have been some more boxes I could open that I forgot about. I guess we're just ending today though. In the dorm. We're gonna have to do some more studying, I guess, for the next time we take the test. And what better place to do it than the dorm? Is there really nothing else we can do? I don't think so. So... we are done. No progress today. Just got 2 experiments that raised our lockpicking, and that's it. Or 3, I guess. Man, this recording session hasn't yielded that much. Well, the bright side is we rounded out the mailroom. We're done with that. Now we just use the mailroom for the effect. We're done with the drafting studio. That's all done. And of course we now know what we have to do with the classroom next time we actually take the test. I'm assuming they're not going to ban us from taking the test again. But yeah, we're the Mount Holly Academic University. Maybe that's what I call the episode or something. We'll see. And I guess we'll also see my grading on the test, even though it doesn't really matter next time. After all, if you don't ace it, you don't get the trophy. But maybe I can take pride in whatever score I get. I'll try to, when we get our test results mailed in tomorrow. Now would be a good time to take a break.